anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent.
He would do a lot of foul shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit. Like,
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
Puffy was playing with you.
50 Cent stepped into the courtroom with a commanding appearance. As he started to talk about Diddy, the vibe in the room changed so dramatically that the judge leaned in to listen. What ensued was neither trash talk nor wild supposition. It was a sequence of sharp facts, names, dates, and events given with remarkable accuracy. This wasn't about the music business controversy anymore. It was a watershed moment that sent Diddy's legal team scrambling, pleading for a pause as they tried to process the enormity of what had just been revealed.
Netflix, I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major...
Most people believe 50 Cent, and Diddy were just trading punches for show. Two music giants embroiled in a long-running conflict. But everything changed once they entered the courtroom. This was not a game. It was highly personal, and 50 had been planning for this moment for years. Back in the 2000s, while battling Ja Rule, 50 kept a close eye on Diddy, noticing subtle digs and testing boundaries. By 2006, he began openly criticizing Diddy, particularly the way Biggie's legacy was handled. Many people assumed it was just another chapter in rap drama. But behind the scenes, 50 was accumulating evidence. He documented parties, events, and conversations with former bad boy insiders. When Diddy got into legal trouble, 50 did more than just make fun of him. He took action by meeting with former employees to gather additional information. 50 entered the courtroom calmly and composed, holding a folder. The atmosphere shifted. Diddy walked in confidently, but his confidence shattered as 50 began to speak. There were no notes or hesitations, simply facts, names, and details that only someone familiar with the narrative would understand.
They found Kendrick and Wifey.
You know, that's obviously doing chopping. They got the same outfit.
Yeah, it's true.
In public.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt. That was a nice shirt. All right, so when he said the shopping line in real life, what did you say?
I said, let me get away from him. Cause it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we gotta hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the wedding. I always say to myself, like,
it was someone's wedding?
It was Chris Lighty's wedding. It was in Miami. Nori's there. Nori knows this. Cause I looked at him like, yo.
Story. So we talking about rumors, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And we, you know, when you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy toy.
Oh shit.
Right?
Wait, so this is...
So Charlamagne said...
It's not true, but I told after he brought up this stuff with you, I said, you know what 50 gonna say when he meets you?
Oh, no, I don't know that was going on.
You know...
I can't wait to run into him again.
What you gonna say to him?
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami.
You know what 50 gonna say to you when he sees you.
What?
I heard Diddy touch your butt.
Yeah. Wait till I see him.
The courtroom fell into a tense quiet as 50 Cent was sworn in. It wasn't simply a normal silence. Everyone held their breath during this period of quiet. The only sound was the quiet hum of the air conditioner. Dressed casually in a suit, 50 straightened his tie, locked eyes with the judge, and spoke in a calm, steady voice that bore evident weight. I want to begin with July 14th, 2012, he stated. The actual date sent a shockwave across the gathering. Reporters hurried to write, and even the court reporter stopped for a single second. He recounted a conference at the Four Seasons in Miami, room 1412, stating it was used as a cover for significant federal offenses. The courtroom gasped. Diddy's attorney dropped his pen in astonishment, But 50 pushed on. He displayed an 8-year chronology documenting occurrences spanning Saint-Tropez, the Hamptons, and Turks and Caicos, each related to key charges supported by names, dates, and what he said was digital proof. When the judge sought to interject, 50 calmly told the court he was bringing forth facts linked to a bigger legal dispute. Every challenge from Diddy's defense was countered with constant comments backed by eyewitness statements or proof. Then came the moment that froze everyone in their chairs. On September 23rd, 2017, he said, "At the Ammon Resort in Turks and Caicos, private Villa Serenity, Mr. Com is accused of serious criminal conduct under federal law." 2 agents seated near the back immediately took out their pens. 50 went on to name guests, mentioning private islands, luxury hotels, specific rooms, dates, and staff who witnessed the events. This was not a rap battle or a publicity stunt. It was a meticulously planned, strategic presentation that astounded everyone with its clarity and depth.
He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's puff. Like they would look, like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible, guys.
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
You saw that video. It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like, you can tell that he was already...
Nah, New York is dope. Because when Fab, he was like, yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, nah, we partying tonight.
He's like, no, like, but he didn't party. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, they let that one go? Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like,
you're a hater.
You're a hater. You're do this. Yeah. And now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. This all this shit is coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying is,
it might come from you.
You see it now. All of these complaints. People were damn, they were and pillaged. This was what was going on, right? And what do I get for I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing. He just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Know, like that, look, so like if you say, I have this thing where I'm conflicted when it takes you 20 years to remember something happened to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I go, oh, so 10 years, 20 years later, it comes back. And it's like all of Puff's problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys.
What you mean?
The laws are the way they are because because
of the priests.
The priests touching little boys.
Between 2018 and 2021, 50 Cent testified in court that Diddy allegedly transferred funds through 7 shell companies. He gave them names such as Platinum Horizons LLC, New Day Ventures, and Coastal Sunrise Holdings, as well as specific amounts and dates that corresponded to events related to illegal activity. Then came the big shocker. 50 stated that these transactions were linked to 3 ongoing federal investigations, one of which was already in the national spotlight. The atmosphere in the courtroom shifted instantly. Prosecutors stopped taking notes and began planning their next steps. Since that day, the music business has felt the effects. 3 major record companies gradually withdrew from dealing with Diddy, while his legal team swelled to include 4 lawyers who specialize in federal financial concerns. They're preparing for what's coming. 50 hasn't made any public pronouncements since, but his influence has grown. His social media following has increased overnight, and insiders who previously disregarded him now reply immediately. Legal experts believe the facts he gave might result in at least 2 additional federal investigations. What started as a public rivalry between 2 hip-hop icons has now escalated into a serious court fight, one that might alter everything for everyone concerned. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.